To go live. And we're live right now. Hey, everybody, it's Ryan Meeks, Escape to Arizona. I got Kirsten and JP. They're in the green room right now, and they're probably laughing at me doing this live because they've only seen my recorded videos. But we're just doing we're supposed to do this on Thursdays, and they were going to be here last Thursday. JP, I believe, was launching a website. So, that's what he does in his full-time job. So he couldn't make it. And I mean, that was fine. I was kind of exhausted anyways. I'm exhausted right now. I don't know how I'm still doing this. And I know some people that do these YouTube lives a little bit later at night. And my second cup of coffee is like wearing down. So we're going to do our best here and we're going to chat with them. And yeah, without further ado, Kirsten and JP, I'm going to bring them in here. And I believe this is how I do it. Let's see. And hey, Ecamm Live again on this side is basically what we're working with. I still haven't bought the subscription, but we'll get going here. So here, guys, do like a little test thing. Say something.
Hello. Meeks.
Hey, okay, let's see here. So I got to add you guys in, or add myself maybe. Hey, there we are. So we're split screened. We're both on. All right, totally know what I'm doing here. So Kirsten and JP, good to chat with you guys. It's been a while. When did you live in Chandler, South Chandler, I guess we'll call it, pretty far South Chandler there. So how have you guys enjoyed it so far? Tell me about your experience, where you're living and what's going on there, how you guys are enjoying it or not enjoying it. Hopefully you're enjoying it, right?
No, I'll tell you, Arizona as a whole is just amazing. And we came from Southern California, close to Orange County, in a place called Chino Hills. And Arizona is a lot like California used to be kind of back in the 80s. I mean, you see people with no helmets on, just you get total freedom here. And it's at first it was kind of a shock, but it's really comforting. It's really nice that to not have all the restrictions and everything we had back home. So we're loving everything about Arizona. I love the heat, so I'm really happy about the summers. Kirsten, not so much.
It's a little hot, and it's a little cold in the winter, surprisingly colder than I anticipated. But there's seasons here, which is kind of fun. It was a learning experience, but loving it. I totally agree with JP. We love Arizona. Don't regret moving in the least.
Yeah. So what? I know we said we wouldn't get political and all. I don't like, and I don't want to. I never want to eliminate somebody from watching my channel and just like full disclosure saying that. I mean, love all people. I love that people are coming here. And, but anyways, so with that being said, I just kind of assume California. We all know there's been a lot of restrictions and, getting a lot of clients from there. A lot of people are moving here. I mean, it's no secret, but is that kind of what led you guys to move here?
Absolutely. I mean, the price of gas, insurance, the crime, the homelessness. I mean, it's just kind of one thing after another. And it's not the same California that it was back when we were younger. And we were just ready for a change. We had talked about coming to Arizona for how many years was it? 7 years, but life kind of
anyway. Like 7.
We did our research.
Yeah, we did our research. We did extensive research. Life kind of got in the way, and we couldn't move back then, and now was just the time. And what we did, just to kind of give you and all your viewers an idea of how we decided on Arizona, is we watched YouTube videos. And one of the channels was yours, Ryan, and we watched videos about Idaho, Wyoming, Florida, all the different states. And one of the things Texas, one of the things we decided that we don't like, and that's snow. So
we ruled out
areas for sure. Northern Arizona or any of the snowy states. So we had been to Arizona many times, and we for travel baseball, we were down here all the time. And we just kind of fell in love with it. It's very much like home.
Yeah, and it's a big baseball area. Our son is a club ball player, so it was a great idea to move here with all the baseball going on, all the spring training, and it was just in a lot of ways, it's like JP said, it's an extension of California. And what was good about California, what we remember growing up, awesome. A lot less restrictions, like you said, and a lot less rules. Which we like to have our freedom a little bit more here, which we prefer.
It's pretty hilarious. I mean, I'm from Illinois, so you know, in Arizona, and I'll chime in on you guys are saying about the rules and everything. It's just kind of funny to see, like, I see kids on dirt bikes in my community, in the back of trucks, kids driving golf carts, which I don't really think they should be driving golf carts on the streets. But you're just like, I mean, would you see that in California? I wouldn't see that back in Illinois at all. Like, what these
In the sleepy golf communities, you might see the golf cart kids.
Sure.
But no, not a normal, like in, the regular areas of California.
And I mean, that's not a reason to move, but I was just kind of like, I just saw that in the past like week, and I'll see things like that though that'll just jog my mind and make me think like, wow, there are freedoms here. People can do a lot. It's kind of the Wild West out here, so it's really cool.
We like it.
So you guys grew up in California your whole lives then, like from babies to, so, I mean, you got the full experience of it. So it's
pretty much, I went to school in Northern California. So I left Southern, it's like a different state, I think. And then I lived in Colorado for about 6 months, and JP moved around a little bit as well. Sure. But pretty much just California natives.
Gotcha. So how was the process of moving here? I know, when did you guys close again? I should have done some homework.
Late May. It was like late May we moved in here, like around the 26th or so. Gotcha. So it hasn't even been a year. We've officially been in Arizona for 12 months, but we didn't close on our house till late May. It took a while to buy a house. It was a little challenging for sure. But once we got with you were, integral is that the right word? Integral into getting us the right house. I mean, we couldn't have picked a better floor plan. We love our community. The house is just perfect for us. So you really you listened and you hit all the nails on the head for us, for sure.
One of the things we did, Ryan, is we didn't want to be comfortable before we bought a house. So we got a short-term lease on a 2-bedroom apartment that was dog friendly. And we didn't want to get the best apartment. We wanted something kind of mid-range so that we wouldn't get too comfortable. And trust me,
we weren't
comfortable at all.
Yeah. The neighbors smoked. It came in the door, underneath the door. We were very motivated to buy.
It was definitely a good plan to pay a little extra for a short-term lease, and then we were ready to make a move on a house. So that worked for us.
What apartment complex? Yeah, I remember you guys just complaining. There was some man who was like kind of like a man's son, like from Step Brothers.
Yes, the man's son.
But he lived with his mom, and he'd be up till like 5 a.m. doing stuff, and he'd be like
playing music and
video games,
complaining about his girlfriend dating other guys, and it was just a mess.
You guys got to hear all that through the walls, or
it was like being grown-ups in college. It was
it was interesting
for sure.
So and what was the complex? Do you remember the name of the complex?
Autumn Creek.
Oh, I'm like, I don't remember.
Queen Creek, and
sorry,
McQueen and Knoll.
Gotcha. Yeah. So was that like one of those luxury apartment complex? Like
no, there was no.
They
redid
them about it, or
they had redone them, so they were
did market
updated.
it. They didn't market it as a luxury apartment, but it was anything but.
Because one of the things I think everybody needs to keep in mind is when you show up to these communities, these apartment communities, they'll have like a pool and a kind of a little rec center at the front, and it looks all like, oh, this is great.
Oh yeah,
to live here.
Yeah.
And then you get to like the back apartment on the 3rd floor, and some dude's outside in his underwear smoking, and like, right before you get to your door, and you're like, "Can I squeeze by here?" So then,
everything you said was true, except it was the 2nd floor.
Oh man, that's rough. Well, yeah, I remembered how much you guys complained about somebody that you were living with, and you were very motivated to purchase. So so what were some of the challenges of purchasing? I forget how we got. I know we put a lot of offers in. I don't think it was like an extraordinary amount, but it was a few. I mean, how many do you think we put in? Do you recall? I could go through the records, but
gosh, I don't know.
But we oh boy, that's a tough one. That's
I
tough
mean, questions I should know.
I would say a few a weekend, possibly. Just depended on what came out on the market. I mean, everything was going so fast, so it was week by week for sure.
The thing is, we're particular. We wanted a 4 to 5 bedroom house, single story with a pool, 3-car garage, and gas. We wanted gas. We ended up getting one without without gas, but we converted it. So we got everything
Right.
that we wanted in the
How
house.
much
But
was
that's
that?
why,
How much was it to convert, or was it just all in the kitchen?
Wink,
well,
it was a wink, wink, nod, nod on the side. We got a really good deal. We did have some friends out here and I have some
yes,
family out here. So
Cool.
we found some people to do it. So
Nice.
it wasn't with the regular channels, I guess you would
Yeah.
say.
Gotcha.
well,
Gotcha.
we did everything. I mean, we did the floors, as you know, we
Yeah.
did the bathrooms, we did the
Mhm.
kitchen. So
It
it was
was a
kind of part
little.
of the whole package.
It
Yeah,
was a little bit of a fixer-upper that you guys got into,
Absolutely.
it
but
did.
you kind of knew. JP would kind of go in and he would like walk through and be like, "All right, this is good. This is good. This is good. This is good. Okay, we're good." Like he knew what he wanted. So
Oh
that was
yeah.
and Kirsten as well. But yeah, you guys had like
Yep.
some red counters, I remember, and it was
Yeah,
Oh
red
a
yeah.
little
granite.
brutal.
Who knew? Who knew
Red
that was
granite.
a
Well,
thing back in the day?
the house was
Yeah,
previously a rental, so it wasn't beat up. I've seen some
no,
of the houses we looked at were in really bad shape, but this one
Yeah.
was in
yeah.
decent shape. It just needed
It didn't
fixing
need
up.
walls
So,
moving. It just needed some cosmetic stuff. So
and I
it
will
was
say
perfect.
about this house is the layout is so perfect. If I built a custom home, I'd want the same layout
Yeah.
exactly.
That
It's perfect
is
for us.
We could
that's
have never
awesome.
afforded this house in California
Oh
either,
yeah.
not
Yeah.
remotely, not the amount of land that we have, which we don't have a huge lot, but it's enough.
Yeah.
And the size of home and the bedroom, like we in a 1 story, I mean, you'd be definitely in the millions, and we were definitely not here, which
Yeah.
that's why we have the house.
Yeah, I've seen some clients have sold their homes and I mean they like 1970 builds and they're redone on the inside going for like 1.2 I remember last year and
Hmm.
then they'd come over
Hmm.
here had a little more buying power. Not sure what the
Hmm.
spread is right now between the two states, but I feel like Arizona's catching up, but I guess yeah, it's not getting that crazy, but it's catching up for sure.
Yeah.
Um, what else? So you guys have redone the kitchen. You did the floors. How about that court? You
Hmm.
guys had a really cool. I loved you. So you have a single story, two
Hmm.
car garage, right?
3 car
Three.
garage.
So
Hmm.
okay, 3 car garage, 2 car. Is it a 2 car and a 1 car, or
A
is it?
two car
Yes,
and
it
a one car.
is, and it surrounds the courtyard, kind of.
Hmm.
Gotcha. Have you done anything with the courtyard in there?
No, we want to buy a fire pit and we want one of those like little couch areas, but the
Gotcha.
outside is definitely coming after. I'm still tweaking the inside a little bit here and
Gotcha.
there.
Well, we should have learned from our
But
first remodel with our other house that you run out of money pretty quickly.
yeah,
So we burned
Yeah.
through it pretty fast, and
yeah.
now the inside's completely done. But we want to do the outside with barbecue,
Yeah.
etc., by the pool, and then do the courtyard probably
Awesome.
last.
So did you guys enjoy that pool during the summer? How was it?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Every single day.
But we have a Labrador and he was really glad we bought the pool for him. So thank you
Yeah.
again, Ryan.
Yeah.
Our
Hey.
dog appreciates
No
it.
problem. So how is Jacques? How is he dealing with the transition coming from California? So he's what, like 15
He's
or how old is he?
14.
14, yeah.
14.
14, and he just hit 6'3", so he's a huge
Yeah,
kid,
he's like
and
taller than me. Yeah, he's
yeah.
He's taller than his dad. He's taller
He's
than his
and
dad.
he's trying to. I mean, he's a pitcher, so he's trying to put on a little bit of weight so he can be a
Mhm.
faster pitcher.
Sure.
And what we did is we converted one of the garages to a home gym, so he uses that every single day. That helps him a little bit. It was a little bit of a rough transition. He's in the 8th grade, and he'll be going into high school soon. He misses his friends a lot, but he jumps on his games and plays with his California friends all the time.
Yeah.
I think once he goes to high school and there's all those kids around, he's gonna fit right in. He makes friends
Yeah.
very easily, but it was a little rough
It's a
for
tough
him.
age. I mean, it's just a
It is a
tough
tough,
age.
Yeah.
tough time.
He would still be going through the same, teenager issues in California. It doesn't matter if it's here or there, but
I will say this though: if we had waited a year or two, we wouldn't have been
yeah,
able to move because
yeah,
once you're in high school and you have your core group of friends, it's
exactly.
just not going to happen. So
Yeah.
this was the perfect time.
Yeah. No doubt. Well, glad he's adjusting pretty good. That's
Thank you.
good to hear. And he's still so he's playing baseball. And
Hmm.
Yeah,
is he like in a league with I guess middle schools don't have baseball, do they? Here, I don't
They
even know.
do have baseball, but it's
he's on
just
a
starting like now because of spring and stuff.
Okay.
But
he's on a high level club
he's
team.
on a club team.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah.
Cool. Well, yeah, that's great to
So
hear.
we
And
would have done the courtyard, but we have to pay for club ball. No.
oh, I don't know if it's expensive. My son was in hockey, but he recently decided to take a hiatus. That's a whole nother story. I
Oh yeah,
won't get in.
hockey.
Yeah,
Hockey's
but it
another.
was like
Yeah.
it's like $800 for like this
Oh yeah.
league,
Hockey's
and
more
on
expensive
top of
than
his
baseball.
skates that fit for
Oh
three
yeah,
months. So yeah.
yeah, exactly.
So anyways, yeah, I feel your pain there. So how was, I guess, next question is going to be, how was the process moving from California to Arizona in terms of jobs? Like JP, I know you're doing the programming. Did you have
Right.
something lined up? Kirsten, did you have something lined up? Were you able to work remotely? How
Want to
did
go
that
first?
all work?
I was lucky enough to keep my job in California here. I could do it remotely. I do travel back from time to time, but as we know, COVID is still, a lot of things are still closed down. So I'm in sales, so I have a pretty flexible schedule. I love working from home. It's worked out really well. My company's happy. I'm happy. It's all good. So I was fortunate, but JP can tell you his.
Yeah, I was working from home doing contracting, and I was fortunate enough to be working like 15, 20 hours a week and making a full time salary. So I was able to use that job to transition to Arizona. Once I got to Arizona, I started looking for a full time job, and I actually found one that I have to be on site at. And it pays very well. I've already been promoted. It was very easy to get a job, and I found that there's a high demand for anybody in IT or web development.
Yeah,
So it was a fairly smooth transition for me.
cool.
Yeah, you found a job in like 5 weeks. It was like five
Oh
weeks,
yeah.
5 or 6 weeks. So it was really quick
So is that the same job that you've had when we were searching
Yes.
for? Okay, gotcha.
work.
Cool.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cool.
Which
I've
helped
been,
us to get pre-approved and all that stuff because it happened so quickly. And we found a lender and we got pre-approved really quickly because he found a job and it was in the same work. So
right.
it was pretty easy to get pre-approved.
And just to tell everybody, usually if you're going from like a nurse position, nurse practitioner, into
Mhm.
practitioner, so if you're doing like what is that, a horizontal move vocationally, you can typically get a loan with no issues. They'll say, okay, you've been in the same vocation.
Mhm.
But if you're going from,
A
if you
barista to like
if
a
you're going
doctor
if you're
might be
going
a
from a
problem.
DJ to a realtor, it's going to be tough to get
There
them
we
a
go.
loan.
No,
So
they consider that the same.
yeah, so yeah, that was yeah. So I'm glad you guys were able to do all that, and here you are, and enjoying life. So how are the summers? Kirsten, you talked about that a little bit. I think everybody wants to know. Coming from Southern California, was it pretty much like Chino? Was that pretty nice all year round? And now you're coming to Arizona,
Um,
which is like, and it is. And tell me about the winters as well here, because that surprises a lot of people. They don't expect to wake up
mhm.
and be able to see their breath a little bit. Although
All right.
Yeah.
thankfully it doesn't snow. But tell us about your cold and hot experiences
I
this year.
well, that we had such a great. Everyone says we had a very mild summer last summer, so maybe we
Yeah.
should have this interview again after a hot summer. But
Right.
we had so many great summer storms. We got a bunch of rain this year, which Arizona doesn't typically get, and we just had these great like electrical storms. So to be honest, we probably we'd sit out in the pool or sit outside and watch the electrical storms, and we got to see a couple of haboobs.
Yeah.
There was some wind, big wind type storms going on. It was actually quite cool. We really enjoyed the summer. It was hot. I mean, what you don't understand is the sun intensity is just hotter here. But we grew up going to the Palm Springs area a lot as kids and as adults. So we were, I think, a little bit more used to it maybe than some coming from a colder climate in California because you get all the different
Yeah.
climates within the state. But and then the winters here, it's definitely. I thought I would have to throw away my UGG boots. I'll be honest, and don't throw away your Uggs, anybody. You will
Yeah.
use them here in the winter. It gets incredibly cold, and if you're sitting on a wet baseball field, you will definitely need your Uggs and a good jacket.
And I can also say that the weather is different here.
Yeah,
It's 80 degrees in Southern California is completely different from 80
it's
degrees
true.
here. And at night, you can feel chilly at 80 degrees in Arizona,
Yeah.
which is strange to me,
Excuse me.
but great at the same time.
Yeah, it's that sun intensity, I think, is really what people don't understand. And
Mhm.
I don't know. I think that like I think your second summer, the first summer is usually like, hey, that wasn't too bad, and then the second and the third summer, not to sell people on not moving here, but it really just gets worse and worse. And it's just a little. it's a little warmer every year, but hopefully you guys don't experience that. Or maybe it was just, yeah, last year was super, or the year before, super hot, and
Oh
then
yeah,
it was pretty mild summer this year, so it wasn't too bad. How
definitely.
are let's just talk about some random stuff. How are the bugs out here? Like anything for people to be wary of? Scorpions? Do you guys have
Right.
any issues with those?
Well, I'm really disappointed I haven't seen any scorpions. I bought a black light so I could find them at night. We don't have any. I even
Okay.
went around the parks, and
I'm not
whenever we
disappointed.
whenever we go to a baseball field, I'll look around, try to find a scorpion because they glow in the dark, as Californians don't know. Once you put a black light on them,
Right.
and we haven't seen a single scorpion. Back in Chino Hills, I saw several rattlesnakes. Haven't seen any snakes here. For a long time, we didn't see any flies. There were no flies. After
Right.
a while, they started showing up. But other than that, we really don't
We have a
have any.
monthly or a bi-monthly service,
Right.
and I think that really helps.
Yeah.
That was part of the deal. Excuse me. My allergies are worse here. I will
That's
say that.
true.
I'm going to be honest.
Kirsten, if you got to take a
Um,
second, feel like go and get a drink
I
of water. I
know
don't want you to like
my
pass out
allergy.
on live on YouTube live here.
You know, I know my allergies have been worse here, so that's definitely. But I think
Okay.
it's just getting used to the different plants and everything here. But
Yes.
other
Yeah.
than that, really, it's been great. No bugs. We've seen no bugs. We have the service. We pay for it.
One
It's worth it.
one of the things, like for Californians coming in, that I didn't know was valley fever, and there's a lot of dust particulates in the air
Mhm.
because it's a desert,
It's
Right.
very dusty
and
here.
you can get valley fever, and that's something that's deadly. And it's when you go into a dust storm, you want to kind of cover up and stay
Mhm.
inside, and you don't really want to be exposed to that because
Yeah.
you're putting yourself at risk.
Yeah, I say if you see a dust storm, yeah, just if you can't cover, then you need a mask, right? So
Oh yeah, there you go.
carry your mask around for that. And then yeah, just like if you see a dust, you can see a dust storm, like that's what a haboob
Oh
is.
Yeah,
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 just run
exactly.
inside and take cover, I guess. But yeah,
Mhm.
turn off your AC unit is another thing, by the way, in case
Mhm.
you guys
okay.
didn't notice that. Yeah, good idea to shut that off. But yeah, that's good to hear. I mean, that's better than my experience has been over here. We had a ton of scorpions since we're redoing our backyard. I haven't seen
Mm,
any, but then again, they mostly come out in the summer. I haven't really seen
right.
any too many in the winter. But yeah, no, that's great to hear that you guys haven't been stung by anything or bitten by anything. And the flies are really amazing that you don't see flies for part of the year here.
Oh
So
yeah.
that's definitely a little bit different. I know I'd say more so in the winter. Then they come around like maybe I want to say like May, June. It seems like,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
yeah, no, it's definitely love living here. Well, anything that you can tell the viewers that moving from California, anything else that you guys want to share before I guess we
Yeah.
wrap this up? I've kept you here
Sure.
for how long now? Jeez Louise, almost a half hour. Yeah, anything
Oh, we
else
could
you
go
guys want
on
to
for
share?
3 or 4.
We
Yeah,
could talk
no,
about Arizona for a long time. But no, thanks. I would like to say something if you don't mind.
yeah,
I was surprised the restaurant choices here are great. I mean, there's
Plentiful.
every kind of food you can imagine is here. If you want to get out of the East Valley area and go into Phoenix is part of the valley, but go into Phoenix to even have a nice dinner or go out in Phoenix, you can do that. I mean, there's some great food in Phoenix, and Scottsdale is a hop, skip, and a jump away, and Tempe, and I've just been really surprised with the food choices because we got really burnout at the food choices in Chino Hills. We kept driving further away to get something different.
yeah.
So we're not bored with that, which is great. Some amazing brunch places out here,
Oh yeah,
which is awesome. Food is important, and also the mountain ranges here are gorgeous. We love the mountains,
yeah.
and just seeing those skylines and the blue, and the sunsets. And we
Oh
also
yeah.
love that the sunsets are just totally
And
Probably
stunning.
second
it's
to
like every
Hawaii.
night.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're
Yeah,
stunning, truly.
Yeah, one of the things is the grid system. The streets are
Yes.
so well laid out here that you probably can't get lost. The streets go north and south and east and west,
Hmm.
and it's a complete grid,
It's
and
very logical.
it just makes a lot of sense. And
It's
it's
true.
it's a grid from the East Valley to the West Valley. So that's one of the things we really love about Arizona.
nice.
And some of the freeways are newer, and there's no traffic at all on them. And then there's the 101 going to Scottsdale. That's the only And unfortunately, that's where I have to work and drive to every day, and that's the one freeway that I can't stand. But
You
other
just
than
gotta
that,
get you just gotta get that electric Chevy that's coming out. And you can
exactly.
drive you could or a
Please don't encourage
motorcycle.
him. Please don't encourage him. Thank you.
Motorcycle.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Well, I hear they're gonna be making those whatever that term is for the motorcycles weaving in and out of traffic. I hear that they're gonna be doing that in Arizona. So
Oh wow. Okay.
or they've introduced the bill or something. So should be pretty interesting if you want to get even a scooter is fine. I think Kirsten would.
Please
Yeah.
don't encourage him in that area either, Ryan. Thank you very
Honestly,
much.
like I would not with the amount of here's a question. I guess we're not ending the conversation, but with the accidents, like, are there more accidents or less than California here?
I think there's more.
A lot
There's
more
more.
accidents.
Yeah. We're not sure why. We're
A
trying to
lot
figure it
of
out why.
I don't
a
know.
lot of left lane parkers on the freeway. People that say I'm going 70 miles an hour on the freeway, and I'm just going to let everyone go around me, which causes a lot of road rage and a lot of accidents. But I think there's a lot of people on their cell phones, and some of the accidents we see at intersections are horrific accidents.
Yeah,
And there's a
they're
lot
really
of
bad. They're like,
Yes.
you're like, oh my gosh.
Oh
one of
yeah.
them. Yeah, it's.
So
I've
I'm gonna get our son when he's of driving age. I'm gonna get him a truck so that he's
Yeah.
riding up a little bit higher and a little bit safer. So.
And that's one of the things, like Teresa doesn't like she wants to get a Suburban so that if we get rear-ended, the kids aren't
Right.
in the back and gonna get
Exactly.
smashed. So something to keep in mind and I think a lot of the accidents from what I've seen, stealing your thunder here, is that people are turning left, and it's weird because there's no norm here because I think there's so many different, like, everybody's from somewhere else.
Transplants.
So some people will stay at the line and won't go up on a red light. Some people will go out, and I think everybody just runs the red lights. Like they're trying, so someone will be turning in front of them and they will run it, and I think that's when those accidents happen.
Definitely.
So just kind of interesting, for sure, something that I've noticed as well. So what's something from California that you guys, is there anything that you're just like, oh my gosh, I miss this so much about California? I mean, it's such a beautiful state. There's got to be quite a few.
It is a beautiful state, or it used to be a very beautiful state.
Yeah, I would say the one thing is, and Arizonans are going to hate me for this, but the Mexican food was a little bit better over there. So we have to really look around and we found some good places
found some
here.
places. It took a little while to look,
but you have to look.
What are your favorite Mexican places that you found?
We liked Pescado Borracho. Have you
Yes.
been there on, what is it on?
Val Vista? I forget.
I forget. It's by High Tide. It's up and like off of Williamsfield, I think, or something.
Maybe.
Okay.
Driving there, but yeah, it's really good.
Very good.
Same people who own High Tide own Pescado Borracho.
Okay.
But, the people in the restaurants too are super friendly. That's the other thing I love about Arizona is the people here are super friendly. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's not like everybody here is going to be your friend. There's definitely, that's not the case. But I say overall, people seem like they're happier here. I think in California, everyone's still climbing over everyone else to get to the top. And I say everyone very generally. Don't think that I mean everybody, but that's still a big feeling in California. There's a lot of more
It's
competition.
like you're on a hamster wheel in California.
Yeah, it's just big. It's like a lot of competition. There's a lot of people that live there. You kind of have to fight your way. You fight your way in the freeway. You fight your way in your job. You fight to get what you need, to get done because it's still so crowded. So, but I do love the people here. They're very friendly.
And there's lots of lakes around here, so we don't miss the ocean at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you guys been out to like Saguaro Lake or anything, or done?
No.
That's Saguaro Lake, but Roosevelt Lake or Lake Roosevelt?
Yeah.
You guys drove all the way over there?
Oh yeah, and I did some buying. I bought a new 4-wheel drive truck, so I'm exploring all the back roads and everything. It's been a lot of fun.
We've been to Flagstaff. We did go see the snow, so that was fun. It was very, very cold, very snowy, but it was a very pretty drive. So we're good. We need to do some more exploring. We've just been busy redoing the house and whatnot, but we need to get out more.
Yeah. The first year is always just kind of getting the roots planted, and then I think you guys will definitely enjoy living here. And there's so much to explore. You guys have just really hit the tip of the iceberg for sure. Even myself, I mean, I still have so much to explore, and I got a lot on my bucket list. But these kids,
they need to eat and all that
stuff. They need parents, So,
rude.
It's kind of They call us rude a lot, so we get it. Anything else in so you miss the food. I miss the food back in Chicago too. It's
Mhm.
they don't
The
make
pizza.
it's like it's definitely got its own kind of
Mhm.
Mexican food. But anything else that you guys, yeah, pizza. Anything else that you miss from California that you don't have here, or that you could think of?
For me, no, nothing,
Cool,
No.
nothing.
awesome.
It's been great.
The
Yeah,
pros
it's a lot
the
better
pros
here
outweigh the
because
cons.
well, I can tell you this: when you drive around Gilbert and Chandler and parts of Mesa,
Queen
you
Creek.
just get in Queen Creek, you get just beautiful streets and nice areas for miles and miles and miles. In California, particularly Southern California, you can drive 2 miles and be in a bad area. And that was the kind of one of the biggest drawbacks with California. Here, it's completely different. Now, I know that's not to say South Phoenix or Southwest Phoenix doesn't have
And
its
that's what I
bad.
love. That's actually what I love about the Southeast Valley is that
Mhm.
you have that here in the Southeast Valley. It's
Oh
pretty
yeah,
safe to go anywhere. I mean,
oh,
like
I would
it's
walk
not like
anywhere at night here.
yeah,
It's so safe.
but some other parts you got to kind of, look out for sure.
Definitely.
But Southeast Valley great. Yeah, definitely agree with you on that. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
we definitely feel safe. It's very, back in California, we had several neighbors that got broken into and things in our neighborhood, and we lived in a nice neighborhood.
Well, we
So,
got targeted by the surrounding neighborhoods that weren't so
yeah.
nice, and they'd steal our mail, they'd break into our cars,
Mhm.
they'd do home invasions and
Mhm.
Oh my
all
god.
that kind of stuff. So wasn't a
Oh
very good
boy.
feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, on that note, what better way to end it than home invasions? Well, guys, thank you, JP and Kirsten,
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
for your time. I appreciate it. This has been like 2 weeks in the making, and I'm gonna try to do this every week. So if you guys are bored at home, I usually try to do it on Thursdays, but hey, maybe we'll do it on a Wednesday. But it's great to chat with you guys. I know we need to catch up and get some lunch or brunch, maybe, or some good
Definitely.
Mexican
Yeah,
food.
for
So
sure.
Yeah.
definitely need to get together. But thank you so much, guys. I'm sure my viewers appreciate you. I appreciate you. I'll give you a phone call a little bit later after this too. Thank you so much, guys. I
Sounds
appreciate your
great.
time.
Thank
Thank
you
you,
so much,
Ryan.
Ryan. We appreciate it.
All right, guys. Have a great night and
Good
stay
night.
safe.
You
You
too.
too.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.